Welcome everybody to a brand new episode of First Full Podcast. I'm Brandon Franio. Joined by me is my co-host Christian Dyer and our boy Niner Gang Podcast, Deon Johnson. How we doing? Deon will be right there, just right back.
Good.
There we go.
All right. Tonight we're gonna be previewing this week's matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs. Not much to expect, to be honest with you, after a brutal loss last week.
I'm preparing for it now. Early stat ice cream.
But let's go ahead and talk about it anyways. We are getting some injured players back this week, as Nick Bosa's coming back. I believe Trent Williams too, right?
Yeah, I can take a look at that. I got the injury report for both teams as of yesterday.
All right. Let's go.
So, Miko Hardman, heel, full practice. Right guard Trey Smith, pectoral, full practice. L'Jarius Sneed, cornerback, full practice. Harrison Butker, left ankle, full practice. Safety Brian Cook, concussion, limited in practice. Cornerback Rashad Fenton, hamstring, did not practice. Defensive end Mike Dana, calf, didn't practice. And left guard Joe Tooney, ankle, did not practice. And then for the 49ers.
Oh, you forgot one for them.
Who?
Kermit, still walking around with a stick up his butt.
This motherfucker right here.
This guy.
Bro, motherfucker walks around like there's a stick in his ass, dude. I swear to God. Look at him walk and tell me that's not what it looks like. Dude, my wife's the one that pointed it out. That's what's funniest.
What's up, Niner Gang Wolfcast?
Yep, what's going on, man? So, Demetrius Flanagan fouls. Knee, full practice. Tyler Croft, knee, full practice. Charlie Warner, shoulder, full practice. Defensive end, Nick Bosa, groin, limited in practice. Drake Jackson, limited in practice with a knee injury. Trent Williams, ankle, limited practice. Free safety, Jimmy Ward, hand, limited practice. Charvarius Ward, groin, did not practice. Eric Armstead, foot, did not practice. Mike McGlinchey, calf, did not practice. Talanoa Hufanga, concussion, did not practice. And Samson Ebukam, Achilles, did not practice.
Said
was that from yesterday or
practice today?
That was from yesterday.
Hufanga was there today, bro. He's good to go.
So here's.
Well, that was from yesterday. That wasn't from yesterday.
That was from yesterday. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so here's from today.
Okay.
Armstead, Hufanga, Javarius Ward did not practice today. Hufanga's presence on the field for football-specific work bods well for him to clear protocol in order to be available for game. Nick Bosa, Ebukam, Drake Jackson, Michael McGlinchey, Jimmy Ward, and Trent Williams were limited. Williams indicated he fully believes he will play on Sunday. Mm-hmm. So that was from today. Yeah,
I don't doubt that Trent will play. To be honest with you, probably Trent will play. Most likely Nick will play. They're really optimistic about Jimmy Ward just playing with the club on his hand. If Huff is good, I don't see a reason to throw Ward out there earlier than he needs to be. I know that the club will protect the injury from being worsened, but at the end of the day, if you don't need to be out there, you don't need to be out there. The only reason
you need him out there to put him on Kelsey, though. That's the thing.
Well, yeah, that's exactly where I was going. I need you to get out of my damn head. Yeah, you would like to have him out there to cover Travis Kelsey, but I don't know, man. I really don't. Even with everybody that we have that's pretty much trying to make their way back, they've been hearing good things about Jason Verrett. There's a high probability today, he might play. The one thing that I do want to say is, man, like I appreciate the optimism from a lot of content creators and feeling like we will be able to go ahead and beat the Chiefs. Here's where my trepidation comes in. We have another mobile quarterback who can move, who can run, and he's great throwing on the run.
Yep.
Like, this isn't just a regular guy like that we're facing. We're facing We're facing Patrick fucking Mahomes.
You're forgetting one thing, Deon.
What is that?
When he is pressured on the run, though, lately, he has been throwing fucking terrible, making terrible decisions with the ball. And he just got lucky a couple of times this season where the balls haven't been caught by the defenders. If he's putting balls in bad places with our guys, they're going to catch it.
Well, that's the
a little bit optimistic, but we have to get lucky, I guess.
Yeah, the number one thing about Patrick Mahomes is he's smart and he will find ways to win and score. That is fact. He makes the most ridiculous of passes. That motherfucker be looking. He looks left, then he throws right. You know, he be looking at the ground, and next thing you know, he throw an 80-yard bomb for no reason.
Yeah.
The only thing is
shit like the Buffalo game, the end of the Buffalo game, he'll do dumb shit like that too.
That's very true. For me, I know that there were times when he had Tyreek Hill where he could just chuck the ball up, and he knows Hill would find a way to get it because with the speed and athleticism, he could do that. He doesn't have that type of guy anymore. On the season currently right now, his main target is Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce has 7 of Mahomes' 17 touchdowns. So
that's who the looks to in the red zone every time.
Yeah, I mean, why? Shit, I would too. Shit, the motherfucker winds up getting open. Ain't nobody ever covering him.
It's almost like you should practice on defense in the red zone, baiting Mahomes.
Damn, look at this. Andy Reid hasn't lost back-to-back since 2015. Yeah,
that's the thing too. But if I'm in the defense, I almost wonder if you bracket Kelce, but almost at the same time, like in the red zone, try to trick Mahomes into letting him think Kelsey's going to be open, and then either drop a linebacker or kind of do something to spy that go-to. Because if you could, I 100% think you can trick Mahomes into throwing to Kelce and then go get an interception in the red zone if you actually practice that. As much as he looks right for Kelce. So you could trick him into thinking Kelsey's open and then either bring a safety over or drop back a linebacker at the last second to – I know it's hard, easier said than done, but I do think we could use our defense to our advantage and use the smarts we have on defense to our advantage, but it'll be – I think it's like I said, easier said than done, and the chances are probably slim to none, but – I think that should give us an advantage, possibly, but I don't know if we'll see it or not.
Yeah, this is a startling stat right here. Kyle Shanahan is 0-2 in his career against the Chiefs, and Jimmy is 0-3. So the worst thing is, Throwback says only Sean McVay and Pete Carroll beat the Chiefs, and that was in 2018. So I'm safely assuming he's talking about in our division. Yeah. It's the hard thing with this is that Mahomes does what he normally does while finding a variety of targets. I think he's thrown a touchdown to at least 6 or 7 different people. And like I said, Kelce has been the main recipient of those touchdowns. He has 7 out of the 17. The biggest issue that we face is being able to stop him. And we're not going to necessarily worry too much about the run game due to it being necessarily non-existent. The one thing I did find, though, in my research is all of their running backs average at least 4 yards a carry. And Mahomes is averaging over 5.
This offense,
he doesn't run very often.
This offense is such a college offense. It's just because Andy Reid's ability to adapt to his quarterback and just turn the West Coast offense into any type of version he needs to. He's so good at manipulating the West Coast offense, but it really, when you really think about the Chiefs, they're just a fucking college offense. It's all about full speed at receiver and then a tight end who's just a beast. Typical college offense. Making things happen when the play breaks down. Typical college offense. The run game is good when the pass game is really good. This offense is such a base way I see it. For a long time, I feel like it's been just a basic college offense that just somehow has worked for as many years as it has with Mahomes.
I mean, the biggest issue with Mahomes is the fact that this dude is just from another planet. He's able to make plays that normal people don't make.
I know.
You've never seen somebody look left and throw across their body almost damn near across the whole fucking field and make that play and make it accurate enough for the guy to catch it. I mean, he's very – his pocket presence is really good, and he's very aware of where that fucking line of scrimmage is. He'll go all the way to the line of scrimmage and then throw the ball randomly, and you're like, well, I thought he was going to run. And he's like, nah, I'm not running anywhere. I'm just getting close enough to draw you in. So
his awareness at times is good. But it's hard to say his pocket presence is good because he will leave the pocket way quicker than you want to. Like, you guys seen that the movie about Warner?
I've never watched it. No.
So they show like the part where like when he wanted to be the starter in college because he was good, but he left the pocket early all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So the coach like made him stay in the pocket and get hit over and over and over until he stayed in the pocket. That's like Mahomes. Mahomes, as soon as there's anything, Mahomes is running. He's not staying in the pocket.
Yeah, but the thing is,
it's not like
he moves to
can move and slide, but he does leave the pocket a lot quicker than most, and like it ends up working for him. Like, I don't know how, but that motherfucker sometime in his life found a fucking 4-leaf clover, and the luck fucking never left. That motherfucker, he is the luckiest quarterback I've seen ever. Sometimes with the throws.
With the throws that he makes,
Dude, and then like escaping sacks and stuff. I'm like, I know he's an athlete and stuff, but this motherfucker is lucky a lot at times. I'm just like, how? What? Yeah. And then he'll throw like should be 4 interceptions, and then none of them get caught. I'm like, dude, where is this luck coming from?
Well, I mean, you think about it too, like when they played against the Raiders on Monday night. The Raiders don't have that good of a defense, but they were somehow stopping Patrick
They have a
Mahomes.
defensive line. That's what's going to happen with us. Our defense isn't going to, like, even when they look bad, they're still probably not going to give up a lot of points. They look like shit against the Falcons and only gave up 21 points.
Yeah,
and the other one doesn't. The other amount doesn't count because that's the offense gave that up.
Yeah, and I've never said anything negative about the defense, and that's what's killing me. So a lot of people are optimistic. A lot of people are giving Jimmy a pass on this game, along with the fact that, everybody is blaming the defense. My thing is, if I stop them in the third quarter with 8 minutes left in the third, and you can't score, and you have a whole other 15 minutes in another quarter, and your offense can't do anything, that's not my damn fault. I did my motherfucking job. You should have done yours. The offense was inept, and I struggle to find I struggle to find how you give Jimmy a pass when the only thing that happened for him in his favor really was the fact that he had 2 passes that should have been caught by Ray McLeod and Charlie Warner. Other than that, when you watch the second half of that game, if anybody is able to if anybody's able to go back and look at it, Jimmy had some really shitty passes.
That's fair.
A lot of his passes were at the ground, very low, as usual, behind the receiver. If you look at the interception, both of those interceptions were basically him trying to throw to Debo. The one up the sideline, that's triple coverage.
I don't understand why he does it when there's other receivers wide open. And then, the penalties killed us too big time. The lack of discipline on this team is so frustrating because a beautiful fucking throw he had to Ayuk for a big gain. Ayuk ran a beautiful route, and then it's fucking a stupid penalty fucks up that play.
Well, let's just talk about Brindle had 3 penalties back to back, and that was during that drive in the third quarter with 8 minutes left, like you said, Deon.
Yeah, so what kills me is if you look at that game, so the first interception that he throws, you threw that into double coverage. It turns into triple coverage because that third DB comes in and gets the tip drill and does what he does. The next interception that you do, you throw it high when all he had to do was put the ball on Debo. You don't need to throw the ball high. You put the ball on Debo, and he would have made a play. He would have done something there as long as he secured the catch. But you throw it high, it gets right off of his hands and goes right into the hands of the defender. So somebody please explain to me how the fuck Jimmy gets a pass for throwing 2 dumbass interceptions and only having 2 deep throws where he was actually accurate. Because all his other deep throws were not accurate at all.
I would say he doesn't fully get a pass. It's just I was just saying it's not. He doesn't fully get the blame.
No, it's not. It's not all his fault.
The penalties were bad, and then there was like two possibly dropped touchdowns. Like that's the thing. We lost 28-14. Could have been 28-28 because Jimmy did throw 2 touchdown-worthy throws that could have made the game.
But the thing is, do you really know that Ray McLeod was going to secure that of all people?
Well, I mean, true, but that one to Warner, that's a touchdown if Warner catches it, and it hit him right in the fucking hands, dude. Like,
yeah, so, but why? The question,
Ray shouldn't have ever been running that route in the first place. Ray fucking ran such a disgusting route.
I told you, get out of my goddamn head. But
how you been in the fucking league this long and you can't run? I could run a route better than that. Are you fucking kidding me? That was such a lazy, shitty route. Like Jimmy threw it where Jimmy threw it where the route was designed to be run, and fucking McLeod ran a shit ass route. And
it's the sad part for us.
Jimmy took the blame for that, but that was McLeod.
The sad part for us is actually rare to see him make those kinds of throws.
That's what I'm saying. With a quarterback like Jimmy, you can't fucking miss on those plays. As soon as when we miss on those good throws, Jimmy throws in that game, dude, I was besides myself. So I'm like, my first thought was we're not winning this game because you fucking don't make the team pay when Jimmy actually has really good throws that we need to make happen, and you fuck it up. That just tells me right now this game just is not going our fucking way, and we're not winning.
And so look at this right here.
This is what it comes to right here.
Yep. QBR 35th. And this is 15 plus yards. So you're not even going that far, man. This is 15 plus. So we're not talking about 20. We're not talking about 40. We're not talking about this is 15 plus yards, 35 QBR, 31% completion percentage, and only 7.8 yards. Look at where he ranks. So for all of you commentators out there that keep saying he just wins and all this other shit, you need to look at shit like this and realize, no, he doesn't just win.
The reason he keeps getting this pass, Deon, is because technically he's a top 5 game manager all time, and that's where it is.
Look at
game manager wise, he's top 5 game manager. Mm-hmm. He's top 5 game manager.
Look at the stat on the bottom: 0 for 6, 2 interceptions Sunday versus Falcons.
Yeah,
yep,
that's exactly what it was, man. And there's only 2 of those passes that should have been caught. All the other ones were bad. Because the number one thing that happened in the last game versus the Falcons was Jimmy had to throw the ball 41 fucking times. Why would we throw the ball 41 times? And the other question is the same question I've been asking for several weeks. Why do we have all of these running backs, but no one gets on the field unless your name is Jeff Wilson Jr., Debo Samuel? He didn't even give Tevin Coleman any love. And Tevin Coleman balled out the week before in Carolina.
Did you see who was active and on special teams that game? TDP. I saw his ass on fucking special teams.
Yeah. Did you see him being a fullback as well?
He was a fullback too.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did play his fullback.
Hey, so
I'm sorry. Does Juice do that much where he needs a breather? No, the fuck he does not. Get his bitch ass on the field. I don't know why you have TDP in there being a fullback, unless you're going to use him as a decoy and actually run the ball with him.
That's what it seemed like it for a minute, but it just. So I mean, I'm gonna make this statement real quick, and it's just I've been so afraid to just say it because like the backlash. I 100% believe this now, and you can't. Kyle Shanahan is not a fucking good head coach, and will he never be a good fucking head coach? Okay, he's riding on the fact that he's a good play caller and designer, and that's fucking it. Everything else that goes to being a good head coach, that motherfucker doesn't have it. Just fucking doesn't, okay? All the fucking stats we've seen in fourth fucking quarter, dude, that's the fucking head coach. I don't care what fucking team, dude. Literally, you give fucking Harbaugh the same fucking team and fucking just watch it fucking go.
Yep.
Yeah,
like, so here's the thing really quick.
Jimmy would play better under fucking Harbaugh, probably, just because of the fucking way Harbaugh coaches quarterbacks.
Yeah, I'll say this.
Sorry, I'm done.
No, I feel you because I'm with you, man. So here's the thing: throwback. Why would he gain back? What value is he gaining? Jimmy is an unrestricted free agent, and we can't franchise tag him. So what value is he gaining? What are you boosting? Yeah. You're not boosting shit. You're not we don't gain anything from making Jimmy Garoppolo look better. The only person that gained something from that at this point is Jimmy Garoppolo because he's auditioning for his next team while he's playing for us this season. Because I don't know if you knew that or not, but there is nothing that we stand to gain from Jimmy Garoppolo playing better outside of us winning at the moment because he is the current quarterback. Other than that, when the next season comes, Jimmy's free to walk. He don't have no franchise tag. He has no clause in his contract that says he's got to stay here. And personally, I want him gone. So he doesn't come back. I don't need to keep dealing with this on a consistent basis year in and year out where we have this up and down performance where we as 49er fans have to literally settle. We have to settle for the fact that we know our quarterback is inept. We know there's a high probability he's going to fuck something up.
Yep.
And who wants that? Nobody wants to deal with that shit.
When it comes to Kyle, we never.
This real quick.
Okay, hold on, Brian. Go ahead, and then I'll talk.
This isn't practice, you guys.
Who the fuck was he doing?
Practice.
You know why?
What?
Okay, but look at that. Instead of
that guy,
he throws it off his back foot, and then the ball sails.
He's supposed to throw it to that coach right there.
But look, watch his back foot. Watch his back foot.
Yeah, he's actually on the front of his foot. He's on the front of that back foot, and you can't throw a ball like that. It's always going to sail. Anybody, I mean, like the crazy thing about it is, how have they not fixed his mechanics all these years, knowing the shit that they know? Like they scientifically know how you move, And yes, Kyle and Lynch love Jimmy. I don't know what the love affair is with him, but
what I wanted to say about Kyle is we don't fucking know what that motherfucker's ever doing or thinking.
No,
he's the fucking that motherfucker's nickname in the NFL needs to be the fucking illusionist. Because everything's a fucking illusion with him. He lives under the illusion that he's a good fucking head coach.
Let me put it this way:
he lives under the illusion that he fucking knows what the fuck he's doing half the time.
I feel like even like last year, I feel like Mike McDaniel was the one calling the plays last year.
It's starting to look like that. It really is. I didn't believe that at first, but it's starting to look like that because you see McDaniels being gone and he's over there. And what was he doing before Tua went down?
Dude,
he was winning football games.
Dude, if Tua, they would still be undefeated if Tua never got hurt, dude. Tua was.
I agree.
I fucking love Tua, dude. That guy is. I just love Tua. Everything about him, personality-wise, watching him play because he's a fucking lefty, which is awesome too. Fucking watching him fucking play, he's awesome. And he's
actually right-handed.
His dad made him throw lefty.
His dad made him throw left. Yeah, his dad made him throw left.
Same thing with was it Kenny Stabler? Which quarterback was it for the Raiders way back in the day that his dad made him do the same thing?
What's up, David?
I don't know. I don't remember which quarterback it was.
Yeah, what's going on, David?
But
this this right here. Everyone thought Jimmy was gone. It's possible they bring him back again because he said you don't give guys away. This is what I would say. You don't give guys away, but when you have no control, then you're not giving someone away. He can't. He can go wherever the fuck he wants. And personally, I would tell him, we gave you enough money. Fuck off.
Yeah, Brandon.
Because you're not bringing. I'm sorry. How much money have we given this dude over all these years? And we still ain't got no fucking Super Bowl. Like that to me, I don't know, man. And with the situation with Kyle, for me personally, is you're starting to look bad, bro. You don't look like this offensive genius and this offensive guru that they've nicknamed you and given you. What's going on, Brian? But I personally do not like what Kyle does. Because he doesn't seem to have a sense of urgency. I don't care what anybody tells me. That I hear a lot, Kyle might be doing this and he may be stashing this guy for the. You don't need to stash motherfuckers. You don't need to hide people. You don't need to hold on to this guy. You need to open the doors, let people play because we're not winning football games. You don't have a positive record as a head coach. You're barely at 500.
Yep.
So you can't sit here and hide this and hide that and, I might want to stash this guy here. No, don't stash nobody. Anybody you got that you feel is going to be fucking good, put them on the goddamn field because there is no hope otherwise. Kyle is really looking bad. And the shitty part is we stuck with this motherfucker for at least another 4 or 5 years.
let me address freaking Throwback's comment.
Yeah.
The thing is, the whole point of this with the Jimmy staying and everything,
This one.
even though Lance was supposed to be the starter, they were scared. They were. It was complete fear. Like, it was coaching scared, whatever you want to call it. They were scared. They was, oh, well, when we've had our starting quarterback go down, it's ruined our whole season, even with all this talent. So instead of going, you know what, we're just going to go and it's just going to be how it is. We're going to trust our young quarterback, and we're also going to actually do stuff to actually protect him. So what happened doesn't fucking happen. No, they fucking are scared instead of like, oh, well, we got to prepare. So that way our jobs aren't on the line and we aren't fucked if Lance does get hurt. We got to bring back Jimmy so he's there just in case. So because they're freaking scared, and instead of doing the right fucking thing and not causing a bunch of drama and making it harder on the fucking young kid, they're just a bunch of fucking pussies and are scared about fucking what would happen if he gets hurt, that it caused all this bullshit drama in the first place. And then because they knew they had Jimmy, I'm almost positive they coached Lance up a certain way and called plays a certain way with him because they knew they had Jimmy. So if fucking Jimmy's not on this team, Lance may never get hurt because you can't fucking coach and call the plays the same fucking way. Like, I get, oh, he's supposed to be part of the run game, but you're going to do it differently. You're going to do it the way that the other teams in the NFL have done it with their quarterbacks that obviously have not getting hurt. Fucking Hurts is not getting hurt. Freaking Allen's not getting hurt. Mahomes isn't getting hurt. But our guy gets fucking hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Because why? Because we're doing it different than everybody else.
Yeah, because we're actually telling him to run. Yeah, we're actually telling him to run when we don't need to do that. Go ahead, Brandon, answer this question right here.
Okay, did you guys hear about it?
What? I did. I didn't know Vish had that kind of a plug right there. Shout out
to Vish. I didn't know either.
Shout out young Vish, Mr. Kumaran out there getting his thing going.
So I'm gonna play it real quick so everybody knows what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like Tart, so it's interesting.
What's up, Val? Hope you're having a good night too.
We got to talk about the injuries, man. The Niners have a big problem with the injuries. It is the hot topic with fans. It's the hot topic with everybody. You were a Niners player for 7 years. You've now got to go to a different training camp, work with a different training staff in Philadelphia. Is there a problem with what the Niners are doing? Is that why players on the Niners seem more susceptible to injuries? What can you give any insight to this?
Well, I don't know what they did this past camp, but if we're going based off when I was there, I honestly thought like he was doing a good job at saving our bodies, but just going to the Eagles, being with the Eagles for the short time I was with them, it ain't even close. Like what the Eagles do, and then you just got to go off results. From last year, the Eagles, I think they was number one in least injured players, and this year I think it's the same. So we're just going off results, like pure results. The Eagles, their plan is just by far probably one of the best. Where they definitely let you rest your body. Like you getting hard work in, but at the end of the day, like you getting a lot of time off to rest your body. You're able to be fast and light. Really like not feeling the pressure and the bumps and bruises throughout the season.
So basically you're saying that the Eagles camp, you feel like they rest you more? Is it that the Niners camp is too hard? Is it too many hard days consecutively?
Niners, I was saying being in camp with the Niners, it's a lot of banging. You're gonna very physical camp. A lot of padded practices. Eagles, I would say it's physical for sure, but you're not doing a lot of banging. You're some days it's just like red zone only practice. They just keep it light, but it's still high intensity. But they keeping I guess your reps down.
And as a player, just talk to me obviously none of us can relate. You're the only one that's here that's played. Actually, maybe somebody else watching has played in the league, but I certainly haven't. And you've talked to me about, how much of a grind the season is on your body, how some days you wake up and you're like, damn, how am I going to play in this game and all of that? How important is it for you to have what the Eagles do where they let your body rest? Like, how much different does that make you feel?
It makes a huge difference, waking up knowing like your body feel well rested and I don't feel like you got a bump or bruise at all. And just, you're gonna fly around. But when you waking up and it's like, oh shit, you still feeling something you shouldn't be feeling. Then a lot of times your body could be feeling good, and then you wake up Sunday morning, it's like someone just start hurting you for no reason. You're like, what? Right. So it's definitely better to wake up feeling great that Sunday morning, where it's like, okay, I feel light. My body felt light the whole week of practice, and you can fly around.
Talk to me about this though, right? I think the immediate kind of impression that, resting and not practice, like the Niners practicing hard, is that the Niners are going to be a more physical team than other teams, right? Because they're competing, they're banging every day, their bodies are equipped to this. For whatever reason, right, you described Philadelphia as being like, you practice hard, but you're still getting rest, all of this. We're watching Philadelphia 2 through 5 weeks, right? Philadelphia hits as good as any team, right? They never get out hit. They compete. They're really physical. Explain to somebody like me who has no clue, like how the practices can be physical. You can get enough hits in to be ready for the season, be ready to hit teams during the season, but still maybe, be light on your bodies.
Well, to be honest, how I said, I'm just a player, but me personally, we're professional athletes. We get paid to tackle. So it's like at the end of the day, we shouldn't have to be, bumping heads, being so physical in practice as if we don't know how to tackle and don't know how to be physical. And I think that's something, again, all I'm going off is the results. As we're looking at it, Philadelphia, they're physical at practice, but it ain't too much of, it's sometimes it's, you have to throw it up, but it's not really all the time you have to throw it up, man. And San Fran is don't pass up no contact or you're going to be off the team type feeling, So at the end of the day, it's still a bunch of things that, the 49ers offer to, keep your body and feeling good, like far as massages and stuff like that. They pay for that. They go out of their way to make sure guys are feeling good before Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But
all right, enough of that. So basically saying that they go hard in practice.
It's Kyle's way.
I heard on 957 the game this morning about it, and they were even saying like, well, isn't that kind of the point of like he's basically, the guys said that, a lot of the teams, they do go hard in practice or whatever. But let's get your guys' thoughts on this.
Deon,
you're muted. You're on mute,
Deon.
Me personally, I feel like he's just protecting Kyle Shanahan. Possibly leaving the door open for a job. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, Deon.
Yeah, look, every team does things the way they do things. At the end of the day, the reason that we stay injured most of the time is due to the fact that since Kyle and John have got here, we've been top 10 in one thing every year, and that's injuries. Yep. And on top of that, we keep adding injury-prone players to the squad. We draft players that have an injury history. We pick up players that have an injury history. Like, it doesn't make sense why we keep doing that. And I don't believe that it's a situation where the 49ers make you practice too hard and your body's not ready, or it's pass up contact and you're off the team type stuff. Why would you allow any of that stuff to come out and you're still looking for a job?
Yeah.
Like, it's not – Tart isn't one of those dudes. He's not retiring at this present time. He is still looking to play in the NFL, and barring an injury, oddly enough, somebody would go and pick him up.
Yeah.
And it's not to be disrespectful to him because I don't know him personally, but I'm just saying I feel like you're basically, kind of trying to say, okay, well, it's a little bit easier over here, but either way, you still got to do what you got to do. And I feel like that was more so a lot of filler words rather than
it was more backhanded.
Get to the point. And look, it's a little bit harder over here. It's a little bit lighter over there. Maybe that's the reason why they don't have as many injuries. I don't know specifically, but I can't, say that that's the case. And yeah, I like the 2-a-days, man. And I think a lot of the time is the biggest issue is the CBA. And there are things in there that are put in there to protect the players, and there are some things that I feel are hindering the players. We all would agree with that, but honestly, it's nice, but what I'm saying, it just sounds like he was trying to be as cool about it and detail things, but at the same time, you already know, man, you're only going to do so much in the league, and I honestly feel like it's not that. It's just there's a bad aura around Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, and then at the same time, don't add injured players. Just stop. If you see a dude with an injury history, your ass should be running. You never want to be top 10 in the injuries every year, ever. No team wants to be injured like that. Why? Because you can't do anything. Your best players are always on the sidelines. Did we not set a record in 2020 for the most money on fucking IR?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, man. Nobody wants to do that. No team would like that. They're perfect. Put that right back up. Kinlaw, you knew when you drafted him, he had knee issues. He been had knee issues, but you still drafted the guy. And what have we gotten out of Javon Kinlaw? Much of nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
And and once again, when I say these things, it's not for me to disrespect him as a man or try to take food out his mouth. These are just the facts. Whether I say it or somebody else says it, this is the truth of it. You have not been on the field to produce and or back up your first round draft status. I am sorry. You have not. I understand that injuries happen, but that is not my problem.
But this
if those injuries happen, we should be looking for players that can stay on the field consistently and contribute rather than looking at players with an injury history going, I'm just going to take a chance on this guy because, I see the potential. Fuck potential. I need results.
This podcast has gone nothing but like to bat for Kinlaw since he became a Niner, and he just hasn't. He hasn't been able to get on the field. I've been a huge fan of his. Yeah,
and I like him, and I like the talent that he has. Just you ain't gonna never see it because he ain't on the goddamn field.
I know.
But really quickly, we want to take a chill pill, man. We're gonna let Zach tell y'all about my bookie. Get out there and get you some shmoney real quick.
What's going on, guys? Zach here from 49ers Hive, and I just wanted to take a second to thank today's sponsor, my bookie. You know football, and you pick winners every single weekend, so why not get paid for them at my bookie? You could bet single game spreads, money lines, or parlay multiple together to increase your payouts. The feeling on Sunday when a 3, 4, 5, 6 game parlay hits is unmatched. There are low contest entry fees and over $500,000 to be won. So make it so you don't have to be a pro gambler to have some fun. Getting started is super simple. All you got to do is go to mybookie.ag and use our promo code HIVE, as in 49ers Hive, on your first deposit to secure a double deposit bonus. You deposit $50, they'll match you $50. You deposit $100, they'll match you $100, all the way up to $1,000. Take advantage of our double deposit bonus. It's right here on the screen. mybookie.ag, promo code HIVE, as in 49ers Hive. Take advantage now, guys, and make this your winning season exclusively at MyBookie.
Cool. All right. Thank you, Zach.
Hold on. Let me just respond to the whole Tart thing. I just think that it was kind of like a backhanded, like, well, Eagles they're doing it right. They got the proof that they're doing it right. But let me not throw the Niners under the bus too much because I want to go back home and play. Hopefully later on this season, possibly. Hopefully, so that's what it was. He was trying to say, "Yeah, the Eagles do it better," without saying it to be too disrespectful to the Niners to where he pisses him off. Because obviously they're doing it right because they're fucking the least injured team in the league. So they're doing something right.
Yep.
Least injured, and they are undefeated. The only undefeated.
They're so fucking good, dude. So I like how everybody gave shit to Sirianni when he first came. I fucking love that guy, dude. He is a fucking awesome head coach.
He made the moves to make them a contender, and now they are. And when you look at that NFC East, a lot of people are still loving the Cowboys. I'm sorry, I don't see it. I don't give a fuck if Dak comes back or not. Let me tell you right now, it's the Cowboys, it's the Giants and the Eagles that are running.
Both of those head coaches are way better than McCarthy.
Oh, Dayball
is fucking awesome.
He's amazing.
What he's been doing with freaking Daniel Jones, he's making Daniel Jones look like the guy that was drafted to the Giants.
Yeah.
They didn't even pick up Daniel Jones' 5th-year option. They declined that motherfucker from how bad he was playing. So really quick throwback. Fantastic. Yeah, throwback action. Who will we take? Harbaugh or Kyle Shanahan? That's easy. I'll take Jim Harbaugh.
Those guys. Our team, when we had Harbaugh, our team were fucking disciplined.
Yep.
They fucking played hard always for him. And
so
he's 100% the most player coach I've ever seen. Have you ever seen another coach that was a player coach like him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you see you remember what he used to do with Alex and Colin? Yeah. Didn't him like that?
Loved it. Dude.
That tells you right there that coach has faith that you can do it. That gives you a real big boost of confidence. Do you ever see Kyle do that to Jimmy? No. And I'll tell you the reason why. His daddy never did it either. If there's one thing, I've watched many interviews from John Elway, even though I don't like him because he's a jackass, and personally I say fuck John Elway for a lot of comments.
Not a very nice person. He never has.
Yeah, for a lot of comments and shit that he did over the years. But the number one thing is Mike Shanahan was like that too. He was nothing you ever did was good enough. Elway brought 2 Super Bowls to the fucking Denver Broncos. They didn't have shit before he did that. But he brought 2 Super Bowls to the Broncos. Probably the only time you ever seen Mike Shanahan be happy and congratulate his quarterback. Other than that, nothing you ever did was good enough. Even if you won the game, he didn't give a fuck. So he's just like his father in that sense, where I'm not going to show you that I actually like you, and I'm going to throw you under the bus if I feel like it because it's just who I am.
All right, you guys, here's my question for you. If you could take one trait from Harbaugh and inject it into Shanahan, what would it be?
Have a fucking personality?
Yeah. Yeah, not to be.
He has no personality, dude.
Yeah, like the dryness. Oh, I don't know if we're all gonna be alive tomorrow. Why? Why do you need to say that?
Yeah,
like come on, bro. One dude, you know what I used to love back in the day? You know who used to make me laugh? He was entertaining as fuck. Clinton Portis.
Fuck yeah, dude. Who doesn't
remember Clinton? Clinton used to come out and have different characters after the motherfucking game.
Oh, dude, and have so fucking funny. He's why I liked watching the Skins, dude. I love watching the Skins.
Yeah, I mean, he was cool. Like, and that's what I mean. Like I honestly would take the trait I would take is the faith that he puts into his quarterback. See, here's what people don't understand is that vote of confidence from your head coach means a lot. When you're doing good things, you want to hear, from those people that's going to be it. But let me address this real quick. You can go ahead.
I'm just going to add to what you're saying.
You can't bring that back because we ain't got it better than nobody.
Nope. But also,
we don't have that.
What you're saying, when you're talking about the whole quarterback thing, like pretty much what you're trying to say is when you look at, like, for example, Alex Smith. Why did Alex Smith all of a sudden play better and look like a fucking badass with Harbaugh? What was it? What did Harbaugh do to Alex that he didn't have all those years?
Yeah, faith in him.
No, but what did he give Alex?
They gave him weapons.
Confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Confidence. Like legitimate confidence he brought to Alex Smith that Alex Smith was lacking all years because the team was terrible. He gave Alex what he was missing that made him quarterback. He finally became the reason he was drafted number 1 overall to the Niners. Harbaugh came and gave him that confidence. Like you can't teach that. Like some coaches just have that kind of way with players. That's what Harbaugh had. Harbaugh was such a fucking good head coach in the NFL, dude. So fucking good, man. And because he's a fucking, type A personality, fucking alpha dog kind of guy that Harbaugh is. And to be honest, Jed York's fucking B personality, fucking bitch. Harbaugh didn't get along with him and didn't like him fucking just moseying along, trying to. I know that's why he said the fucking grown-ups are talking, because I can, knowing Jed York, I can 100% understand, see why, and knowing who Harbaugh is, why he did that. The funny thing now is they've all made up. They're all buddies. They go out to eat and stuff and hang out, have lunch. I'm fucking thinking Jed's grooming Harbaugh to fucking come back.
Hey, I'll tell you
Probably
this.
not, but I would love it.
Let me say this. They're gonna be at the game on Sunday.
Yes, they are.
If they fuck this up and they lose this game, you could possibly hear some Harbaugh chants.
Oh, I know.
And I'm gonna tell you right now. Here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you right now. You know what that's gonna do? It's gonna light a fire under the player's ass, and they're gonna come out and be like, the faithful should be nicer to Kyle. No, we don't need to be nice to Kyle. You know what? You know what Kyle needs? Kyle needs a swift kick in his fucking ball sack and to open his goddamn eyes and realize that he's not doing the best of jobs, and that he needs help. And he needs they fired Harbaugh because
he didn't get along with Jed.
Him and Jed York just they couldn't.
Not to mention who fucking Dr. Dipshit was our GM. That's also part.
Mm-hmm.
Balky.
What was his name?
Balky. Yeah.
Fucking he chose Balky over Harbaugh as part of it, and then him and Harbaugh didn't get along.
Hey, look, man, at the end of the day, when Harbaugh came, what did everybody think? Bill Walsh. Where did Bill Walsh come from? Stanford. What happened? The only difference between Bill Walsh and John Harbaugh is the fact that Bill won 3 Super Bowls. Jim Harbaugh, sorry. Bill won 3 Super Bowls, and the difference is that Jim had instant success. Like Bill didn't have a great first couple of years. Like his first 2 years were trash. It took him 3 years to get everything going.
That year he drafted Montana and then Dwight Clark. That's where that started. He drafted those two, I think, in the same draft. But like a perfect example, like a lot of people would say with the Harbaugh thing and then the Kaepernick thing with it, a lot of some people left being Niners fans with the whole Kaepernick thing. Mm-hmm. My grandpa, reason he fucking still hates, no longer is a Niner fan and hates on him, is because the way they treated Harbaugh. My grandpa fucking loved in being a Niners fan because of the way Ed York treated Harbaugh. So,
yeah, it's definitely
that says a lot. That to me says a lot. Like my grandpa's like, fuck this. Fucking what they did to Harbaugh, dude. Harbaugh was the best coach we've had in my lifetime.
Yeah, he honestly he's been a really good head coach, man. And I was alive. I wasn't able to experience the first Super Bowl that we won, but I was born a couple months after we won it, and the other ones I haven't. I was able to see all of those and be able to live in that moment. But I saw that you had put into the chat there. What do we need to do to win this game? The simplest thing is cover Travis Kelce. If you eliminate Travis Kelce, it forces Mahomes to go elsewhere. And for me, that is the key. I'm not worried about their defense necessarily. It's not a big deal. These motherfuckers have
better with Mitchell.
They've got one interception as a team, and they're not very many passes defensed. Their defense is their defense is what the people on the East Coast call mid. Yeah. So your defense is mid. Mm-hmm. Your offense is where you get everything. And honestly, if I stop, Travis Kelce or Travis Kelce, however the fuck you say your last name, I honestly feel like that limits everything else because they can't run the ball because they don't have a run game. And it seems like Clyde Edwards-Helaire is more of a threat in the pass game than he is running. We do have to score points, but I'm saying from a defensive standpoint, I'm saying
we have to
stop Travis Kelce.
I would say, the Kelce thing, I would understand that, but I would say more than anything, we have to get a consistent pass rush. Like you have to be, because their offensive line's not that good. You have to constantly be making Mahomes run around. You can never let him get comfortable, even if he's making plays. Sometimes running around, you have to keep doing it because that's when one of those bad throws where you get a nice interception, a pick six, whatever it may be, is going to come. So the pass rush is very important. You need a constant good pass rush. They have to, because remember, Mahomes isn't the quarterback that's going to get the ball and then less than 2 seconds throw it. He's going to hold on to it. He's going to hold it. So the pass rush has the opportunity to keep getting to him, but you just got to keep the pressure on him. Like you can't just let him get away. You got to either have a spy on him, so you got to keep him in running around trying to find somebody without scrambling and getting yards. You got to keep him in there, but making him run around a lot to where he makes a stupid decision and gives you opportunities to make turnovers. I think that's the best way to beat for this team to beat the Chiefs is the defense has either got to get really short fields or score. That's the only way. And by doing that, you have to freaking constantly keep the pressure on Mahomes, and you got to take advantage of the fact that he's never going to get rid of the ball fast. So everything takes long for their offense to process.
So with that being said, that means hopefully we could get Mooney Ward back out there, and hopefully maybe Jason Verrett as well.
I think I'd love to have Mooney because I think Mooney wants to show like you guys are fucking dumb for just not paying me.
Yeah,
I wanted to stay, but you guys wouldn't pay me. Guys like to prove that shit.
Either way, like to Throwback's point, yes, we do need to score points on offense. Offensively, what we need to do is run the damn ball. Okay, we don't need another 41 throwing session from Jimmy Garoppolo.
No, we do not.
We need to run the ball. We need to go back to our identity.
We need to run the ball. This needs to be a lopsided situation where Jimmy throws 15 to 20 times at a max, and we run the ball 20 to 30 times.
Yeah. That's why I wish we had Mitchell. That's why I wish Mitchell was back.
If we do that and we establish the run, then we'll be fine. If somebody is not cutting the mustard, go to the next person. He used to do that shit when he first came in here. If one dude didn't have it, the next guy got the ball.
That's because he had something to prove.
If I was the hot guy, then automatically you know what you do. Boom, I've got this guy, and I'm going to stick with him for the rest of the game because he's able to eat up yardage. But now you want to force Jeff Wilson Jr. to continue to be out there when he isn't doing shit. And you just brought Tevin Coleman back, but you now magically don't trust him and don't want him in the game. And you're still using Debo in the backfield when you don't need to. You have too many running backs for you to keep putting that man in the backfield and then at the same time handing him the ball. If you did it and used him as a decoy, it would make so much more sense. But when you put him back there, teams come in 8 in the box because they know he's getting the ball. And I'm sorry, after 3 people attack by Debo, it's a lot easier.
See, here's the way it would make sense. If we need the running game to actually not fucking suck and be good, and then you put Debo in the backfield, you fucking play action it to Debo, and then you hit either Kittle or Ayuk deep over the middle because they fucking bit so hard on Debo. If you're running the ball if we're running the ball well, and then you put Debo back there, they're like, oh, they're running the ball well, and there's Debo. Fucking boom, play action to Debo. They're gonna bite harder than they would anybody else.
Yep.
We're not even using it. We're not even using Debo's ability to our advantage. We're just handing it off to him. I'm fucking just gonna get it too irritated because it's like, fucking, like the thing is too though is that run game hasn't been what it's supposed to. But like you fucking said, Deon, we're not constantly switching out running backs and trying to find the hot hand because each game somebody might be better than the other guy. And Kyle did that at first because Kyle had something to prove then. Now he doesn't feel like he has anything to prove and he feels like he's the fucking hot shit and he's just going to do what he wants. I think I saw a comment, Kyle doesn't make adjustments. His ego gets in the way. Like,
No,
how often do we watch a game and we're like, why does it feel like there was no adjustments made? Isn't that what halftime's about?
Because
Hence,
at the end,
hence me going back to Kyle's not a good fucking head coach.
yeah. I mean, if you think about it, look at it like this: the number one way you could have made adjustments was you could have realized that your team was lollygagging it down the field in the fourth fucking quarter, like they were up 2 scores when they're down.
That to me tells you you're undisciplined and you don't have control as a head coach. That's what that told me. That told me.
I'll tell you right. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Ryan,
I would have called a timeout, and I would have
ripped them a new one.
Asshole. Yep. I would have looked at him and I'd have been like, "Have y'all seen the scoreboard? Everybody see that? You know we're down by 14 points, right? Why the fuck are we walking down the field slow as shit? Why are we taking the whole goddamn play clock? We are not here to lose. We are here to win. Get your ass on the field and get down that fucking field." I'd have pulled Brindle to the side. You better stay your ass in that fucking pocket. Don't go nowhere downfield. I don't want to see you move 5 yards past that line of scrimmage. Because if you keep getting these fucking penalties, I'm about to snatch your ass out the game. You're fucking it up. Get it together and get it together now. See, it goes back to when the team all came out like a bunch of fucking pussies and we're like, we don't need to be yelled at. We can just talk to each other. No, you need to be yelled at. You need a new brand new asshole ripped in you because you motherfuckers ain't performing. Yeah. You can't tell me that as a head coach, you see that you down 14 points and you're okay with your team just eating up 8 minutes off the clock. So in the fourth quarter when you need to score. And your defense has done every single thing that they should have done to allow you to be in the position to get the ball back, not let the other team score, and hope that you can score to even it out. At a minimum, we should have taken that game to overtime. At a minimum.
Yeah, I agree.
We should have at least taken that to overtime.
It's just like I think Throwback's comment just saying like he likes the Chiefs winning because nobody, is better at adjustments than Andy Reid. I'm like, why do you think Andy Reid has been such a good coach for so long?
He figures it out.
Of course, he's great at adjustments. But when you really think about it, of all the coaches from the Walsh tree to take that West Coast offense that was created by Walsh, Andy is probably the best disciple of
he's
that
the
offense.
most successful.
He was on that. He was a part of that team with Bill Walsh, who learned that West Coast offense from Bill Walsh, and took it and did what Bill Walsh probably wanted one of his guys to do, and made it even better, and adapt to your quarterback. That's
Mike
what Walsh did.
Too.
What do you think? What do you think Bill Walsh did with he took the West? He's like, oh, dude, I got this quarterback, Joe Montana. Fucking boom, West Coast offense. This offense is specifically designed to, no matter what you do, what quarterback you have, it can fucking fit that quarterback. You fit into it. That's what the West Coast offense is. So what did fucking Andy Reid go? Oh, I got fucking Donovan McNabb. Let me take my West Coast offense. What are Donovan's fucking positives? Boom. Look at my offense. What is he fucking Mahomes? He's like, well, this kid's fucking, he's a little bit crazy. He's a little bit wild. He's fucking gunslinger, but he's just all over the place. You know what? Boom, boom. West Coast offense. Let me do this. Let me fix this. Let me do this. Boom. This kid's a fucking stud because that's how good of a coach I am. Like, I don't think people realize. Everybody says fucking, like, I know this. Andy doesn't have the Super Bowls, and Bill has the. Andy is one of the fucking best coaches in our lifetime we have ever seen. Ever. Yeah. People, he'll never probably get that love he deserves. But
his winning percentage is crazy.
He is hands down one of the greatest coaches we've ever got to witness coach. And I've been a fan of his my whole childhood and stuff. I love Donovan McNabb. I love Andy Reid. But Andy Reid is fucking phenomenal coach, dude. He to me is the personification of Bill Walsh.
He's pretty much as close as we're gonna get.
Yeah, no, he really is because he learned from Walsh. He was part of that coaching tree. He was on that team in the 80s. He was there. Like he's amazing, man. What he does with that West Coast offense is fucking unreal. And the funny thing is, Kyle is a descendant of the West Coast offense, but he's too fucking egotistical to do what he's supposed to. Do you guys understand?
Yeah.
With Lance's skill sets, even as fucking raw as he is, do you know how fucking good the West Coast offense would make Lance if you do it right? But Kyle is so egotistical. He's going to do his offense the way he wants it, and he won't completely adjust it to fully fit his quarterback.
All right. Well, on that
Except
note,
for 2019 when he did it for Jimmy and we went all the way to the Super Bowl, because that's what happened in 2019.
Yeah.
He decided to actually make the West Coast offense that fit what Jimmy did best. We haven't seen it since. That's just my take. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't. People think understand how good the West Coast offense. It's unfucking beatable if you do it right.
Yeah. Well, on that note, we're gonna end it there. Faithful. Hopefully the Niners pull off this win, but we'll see. Stay tuned. We'll be on after the game, maybe. If you guys want to, we'll talk about it for our post-game show. Go ahead, Deon.
Yeah, we'll probably either do a post-game or, if anything, we'll probably try to let everybody die down toward the end of the night.
Okay.
Because I know it's going to be saturated like right after the game.
Yeah.
Be like there's so much going on. So either later that night or probably Monday night to allow everything to settle in, depending on the situation. And even though we're going to end it, what we're telling you right here, people, is facts. You could have a very big situation on your hands with all those dudes in there, and you go out there and lay an egg. Do you think you're not going to hear Pat, Navarro, Vernon, Jim? These guys that look, let me tell you something.
Speaking of Harbaugh,
games and you look really, really bad, fans will turn on your ass. I don't give a fuck that we are called the faithful. You had a dude in that building that never had a losing record.
We all love Harbaugh. None of us have never
had a losing record.
Nope.
Ever. As a head coach in the NFL, he had a winning record, and he was 4-2 in the fucking playoffs.
Yep. Deon, speaking of Harbaugh, what did Harbaugh do with Kaepernick? With what offense?
He murdered it with the same offense.
But it was tailored to Kaepernick, and Kaepernick fucking
destroyed
it, dude.
Yeah.
All right, Joe.
But make sure you hit that subscribe button. Everybody that's on Niner Game Podcast, make sure you go over for Faithful Podcast, hit that subscribe button as well. And we'll be back for the post game.
Peace.
Go Niners.
Go Niners.